Okay, I started the MSN Recorder Max 4476, a screen recorder, and I'm going to place it in the right lower corner of the screen so I can monitor it in real time. And the next thing that I want to do, I want to record, to turn on the camera, the webcam, and start recording the image from the camera. I'm going to move it down a bit so I can see what is going on. Now at this point, I want to start a new section in my notepad and demark it with the opening parentheses at the top. Then paste the file name that MSN Recorder Max created. This is the file name with the domain with the string my video dash the date dash and the time dot mpeg, which is a video file format, and close this section with closing parentheses. At this point, I'm ready to start recording with Pixar Problem Step Recorder. So the topic today is going to be uh, multifunctional, let's say. First of all, I want to demonstrate several waist sweatbands. Here is a sweatband that advertises a pair of domain names and telephone numbers. So I'm going to wear it on my forehead just to demonstrate how it is working to brand a company. In this case, branding a company with their vanity phone number and the domain name. And in this case, I'm going to bring the camera closer so one can read it more easily. Uh, Wizmore, which is the domain name, and .biz is the domain name extension, and a matching telephone number 949 667 and 3249. Okay, now I take a similar bandwidth and place it on my wrists. So I advertise the psych.co, which is another pair of a domain name and domain name extension and their matching telephone number, and I'm going to place it on my wrist. So I'm going to simply take it and roll it over my wrist. So when the camera focuses on my hand, it promotes the brand. And then do the same thing, but this time in reverse direction. So one can read it from upside down and downside up. Put it on my left wrist, twist it, and roll it again. So now the branding is on both wrists and on the forehead. In addition to that, I want to demonstrate the fishing hat and the concept of a fishing hat halo effect, which I'm going to wear and show you how it creates a halo effect on both the under rim and the bib, as well as the upper rim and the back flap. I'm going to wear it and demonstrate it. So I simply put this fishing hat, on my head. I want to place the strap on the back so it's out of the way. And now I can demonstrate how it works. I'm placing it on my head and pull down the mask that serves a dual purpose. One purpose is to cover your nose and mouth like a corona mask and expose only your eyes to dust or other viruses and so on, or you can pull it down and then it serves like a bib. At any rate, what I want to demonstrate is the halo effect, a branding halo effect that it creates around the head of the computer user using a webcam to film himself in a lecture or something like that, or a promotion. And this is the front view. And for the same type of hat, there will be also a halo effect on the back view. On the front view, the top of the halo effect contains the under brim and the bib, in contrast with the reverse. If I place the camera behind the hat, you can see the opposite. Let me try to look at the image of the camera again and make it full screen so it becomes more obvious. So when we look at the back, here you can see I'm wearing a blue fishing hat, and behind me is the back flap of a green fishing hat. And when I place the camera above, you can see it produces the same halo effect from the back of the fisherman. So the top brim appears at the top, and the lower back flap has also an ad that demonstrate the same thing. So both from the back and the front, you can see the branding effect that it has. And the most important thing is when you play back the video on YouTube or on other video servers, and the surfer or the viewer clicks that brim or the under brim, the user will be ported to a website, which then will enable another click on the website to initiate an outbound call from the website to an AI caller chatbot that can converse with the surfer and also redirect the call depending on the discussion. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to proceed to the next topic of today, which is compliance with Google expiration of vanity number, Google Voice vanity numbers, and we'll start with the first one. I clicked on it, and here is the message to Wiz Dial ABC. So I'm going to mark it with a cursor first, then copy to the clipboard, and then move to my notepad and paste it in the upper section of the notepad, segregated by opening and closing parentheses. And the message from Google that this number will expire within a certain number of days. If it is not activated and doesn't make an outbound call or an outbound text message. So I'm going to copy it, edit, and copy to the clipboard buffer first, and then open the browser and try to log into the account. So I'm going to go to this account and try to log into it. So here's a logged in account, and I'll try to switch and log into another account. So I'm scrolling down to the bottom where I click on add another account, and then scroll again when I click on add another, use another account. Click on use another account, and then I'm going to paste the account name. Control V to paste the account name, and then click next to go to the next step where I can enter the password and try to log into the account and hope that Google will let me log in. And then I want to save it and skip and focus in on calling an AI chatbot. So here we are, and I have a few spammy messages here which I want to delete. So let me mark shift the first one for deletion, and the last one for deletion. I want just the first one. Then I want to undelete the rest of them here. I want to keep them. And then mark the last one for deletion. And now delete both of them. And then confirm it. So I deleted them. Now I want to make an outbound call to dial to ChatGPT.
Hi, I'm ChatGPT, an AI assistant. Just so
Help me with my whiz dial ABC. Whiz, the three words that are concatenated. The word whiz, the word dial, and the words ABC. Put together, it is dial ABC. That's right. And that is a Google Voice Vanity number that will expire in 30 days for inactivity. Yes, and I'm trying to develop an audit trail and a methodology to document it, either making outbound call to 800 chat GPT or to text, make an outbound text. Exactly. And I'm also recording it with multiple cameras to enhance the audit trail with multiple cameras and also internal and external to the computer. So let me review. I'm recording it with MSN Recorder Max, also with a webcam, the webcam that comes with Windows 11, and also with Pixar Problem Step Recorder. Three recording at the same time. And I'm trying to develop an audit trail and also comply with the Google requirement to activate the number. So I will have the AI copy the message that Google creates and insert the word not. So instead of reading, the number will expire in 30 days, it will read the number will not expire in 30 days. No, that is to document that I made an outbound call to 800 chat GPT and complied with the Google requirement. Yes, and that is an audit trail that is made up of three different recording methods, in addition to the notepad which I'm using to enter my notes, reporting about what I've done also. And all of that is a basis to eventually automate it with AI, artificial intelligence, so that it can be done automatically every 60 days. Yes, and I'm publishing it live using multiple method. First of all is um, zoom.us. With zoom.us I can record the screenshots, the audio, the keystrokes. In addition to that, I'm using MSN Recorder Max that records a video file, as well as a webcam that records another format of video file. One is MP4 and the other is MPEG, and then uploads both of these. First of all, archive them on the local machine, and then upload them to YouTube for playback. Yes, the idea is to develop foundations for AI automation, so eventually the AI will automate it and make an outbound call or send an outbound text. And in this respect, I have a question. Would an outbound text matter which telephone number am I using, or would Google Voice be satisfied if I make any outbound text? Yeah, in addition to that, there is the issue of brand promotion and brand recognition on the videos on YouTube that may be misappropriated by other people and republished under their name without giving me any credit. For that purpose, I placed multiple sweatbands on my forehead and as well as on my wrists that advertise a combination of a vanity phone number and a vanity domain name and domain name extension. So, for example, in this case, right now, I have on the under brim of a fishing hat that I'm wearing the domain name wizmore.biz, where .biz is the domain name extension, and a matching telephone number of 949 667 and 3249. Can you repeat the domain name, the domain name extension, and the vanity phone number that they represent? And I display it prominently in multiple places. First of all, on the under rim of this blue fishing hat, on my forehead on the sweatband, and most importantly, down under my chin is the bib that displays another combination, another pair of vanity phone number and a vanity matching domain name, and this time it is the psych.co. And more importantly, it creates what I call a halo effect around my face, on the under brim above my face, and on the bib underneath my chin, making a circle around my head that I call the halo fishing hat effect. And that is regardless of which angle is the camera at. Right now, the camera faces me, and therefore the underbrim and the bib together form the halo effect. But it works the same way if the camera is in the back, and I'm going to raise the camera a little bit to demonstrate the the hat that I'm wearing now is on the blue hat, and now I'm demonstrating the back effect on the beige hat behind me, or the green hat behind me. That hat has a flap on the back, which replaces the bib on the underneath the hat, and the upper brim above shows the upper message, and together they form a halo effect on the green hat from the back side. So it is regardless of where the cameras are, or in case that there are multiple cameras, as in this case, one camera focuses on the front of my head, and with the under brim and the bib, in contrast with the hat on my back that shows the upper brim and the back flap, both of which form the halo effect around the head of the operator, or the uh, instructor, or the webcaster, or whoever is being recorded by the camera.
The bib or back flap. This ensures consistent visibility and navigation regardless of camera placement. It's a smart and effective branding strategy.
And not only that, typically the camera filming my face will be a webcam, which is part of the computer, in contrast with the camera that films behind for my back. That will be a surveillance camera in the ceiling or some other place, which is independent of the computer. So when the computer is down and crashing, getting the dreaded blue screen of death and shutting up the webcam, the surveillance camera that's independent of the computer will be still filming. So this is a backup and recovery methodology to make sure that the audit trail is recorded, regardless if there are any problems with the computer or not. And more importantly, when there are problems with the computer and it crashes, the surveillance camera will record it from above with the halo effect from the back of the operator. That's right. And the single most important concept here is the video hyperlink. As I publish it on YouTube or other video servers on the World Wide Web, when the surfer or the person that plays the video back will click on my advertising or on my promotion, that hyperlink will port the surfer to the website. In this case, for example, to wizmore.biz. And once the surfer has been ported to the website, the surfer will be able to click on the website again on the hyperlink that spells the matching telephone number 949 667 and 3249, and that will initiate an AI chatbot caller that will call from the website to the individual, forming a video and or audio conference between the surfer and the website server, answering the surfer's questions about, in this case, Wiz More Biz, that stands for Wizard, give me more business, and how can a businessman can get more business and more sales, and maybe also financing for the business operation.
Your strategy is simply using your story to drive traffic to their videos, channels. Once you reach that directing traffic to it,
And not only that, create business leads that will eventually not only generate more sales, but also teach the AI caller about the topics that are related to the business. So, in other words, when the user clicks on the hyperlink and initiates the AI caller call for a video conference or an audio conference, the surfer may ask the chatbot questions about the business. And when the chatbot doesn't know the answer, the chatbot will join experts that know the answer to the video and audio conference so the experts can address the surfer's questions.
that's a great image. But when you get to the essential material the chatbot disappears because it provides valuable information. If the chatbot can't deliver valuable information, we need a replacement agent. This AI agent learns and can be faster or enhances the user experience, eventually replacing a human replacement.
And there is more. The most important thing, it teaches the AI caller chatbot about topics that it did not know before. So when the AI chatbot listens to the human expert explaining it, the chatbot records the message, the explanation, adds it to the database, and subsequent calls, which are also about the same topic, the AI chatbot will already know the answer and address the surfer by itself without having to ask the human expert to explain it because it has learned it before and it will apply it for subsequent calls.
That's the fantastic news. But because businesses are so digital, AI is becoming increasingly important. Technology is helping companies become more digitally savvy faster. Therefore, they have to change their business models.
Likewise, if this particular human expert does not know the answer, it will rotate to the next. There will be a list of experts and bring in another expert to join. So there will be two experts, the surfer and the AI chatbot collaborating in the video conference to find the correct answer and add it to the AI chatbot database. And it may add more and more experts on a predetermined list of experts in this specific topic. And all of it is recorded on a video, multiple video formats on the local hard drive of this laptop PC, in this case, or the computer, as well as streamed live to YouTube and other web video servers. So it will be a real time broadcast as well as a local archive. And if for some reason the real time broadcast did not work properly, it will be uploaded from the archive back to YouTube to make sure that it is published on YouTube either as a real time broadcast or an archived file after the fact. That's right. So far, I was talking about the recording. In addition to that, I made up a file name on my notepad, and now I edit it and copy to the clipboard buffer. And then from my notepad, I go File, Save As, and save it to the local hard drive with Control V, and then click the Save button. I've saved it to a special subfolder that is called Google Voice One, which accumulates all the notes concerning my compliance and my outbound call, either to 800 chat GPT or texting to comply with the Google Voice requirements so the number will not expire. Then I marked it with a prefix of X and space, and then folder upload to the Google Drive to also save it on the Google Drive. So I have it both on the local machine and on the cloud. When the upload options come up, when Google asks what upload options I want, I select the overwrite. So I don't waste the Google space I go back to my notepad and I press the enter to create a new line. And then I look at the message that Google produces telling me that 147 files have been uploaded and paste it as a suffix to the file name. So I enter 147, meaning not only did I save the file to the local hard drive, I also uploaded the entire folder to the Google Drive, and that folder contains 147 items, each one representing another outbound call or another outbound text.
Detailed tracking system. Letting the notice of completed files as a suffix will create clear reference to the status of their Google Drive backup. This method not only helps you track each file, but also provides a quick snapshot of what's left in your compliance folder. It's a smart way to maintain full privacy and reduce unnecessary activities. Just recently, Microsoft yesterday released GPT, and titles to mediate. You'll have over 500 pages this month. The conversation GPT,
So now I have published it also to another subfolder just dedicated to this vanity number, which is Wiz Dial ABC, representing the concept of a vanity phone number, and made a subfolder just for this one vanity phone number. So far I saved it in two different subfolders. One is the Google One subfolder. The second one is a Wiz Dial ABC subfolder, and the third one is going to be another subfolder yet.
strategic way to organize ABC and quickly locate a to managing and communication and vanity number.
And now I'm waiting for Google to reply and tell me about the options of uploading it. And as I finish with that, I have another third method of recording which I'm going to document to the local hard drive, which is PSAR, Problem Step Recorder. So I go back to Problem Step Recorder. I'm going to click Stop and Review. And then I'm going to paste it also. This time it will be in a zip format in contrast with the text format. So I'm waiting for the prompt to save the file to come up. And now that it came up, I'm going to click it and to try to save the zip folder in the local hard drive.
Using the PM step recorder to document your process with more detail. Option is saving it in a zip format. This focused option will structure research and for the review it's a great addition for facilitation.
The problem is the computer is just very slow, so I have the problem of having to save it locally to the hard drive, and I have problems doing that.
Your computer personnel will consider using the machine
Yeah, that's a problem. It's a little too slow. But anyways, it came back, reported that there were four folders. So I'm going to go back to my notes and mark the number four after the file name dedicated to this particular account. And then I go back to my notepad. I saved it in my notepad, and then I'm going to go to psar.txt and see if I can save the file. But it kind of grayed out, so I'm starting a new recording since there's a problem with saving the file, and I proceed to the next number.
It's the same option as reading. Start now and
And then I need to delete the mail. I delete the message, it is outdated, and start a new message of another account.
Are you still online?
I'm working now. Let me work, please.
He called.
Fine,
I'll talk to you later.
fine, thank you. So now I need to sign out of all accounts and then log back with the account that I want to use. Okay, seems like I have to stop now. So we'll stop the multiple recording. Stop the recording here. And then stop the recording on MSN Recorder.